Hello, and welcome to our evening broadcast. I'm Ron Burgundy here with my co-host, Tyrone Laquithius.
Today we're going to be informing you about the different stages of the cell cycle. The cell cycle has 6 steps: interphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and cytokinesis. These are all important and essential to one another.
We have breaking news. We are panning live to a broadcast of the cell organelle and DNA multiplying. Our sources tell us that this process is called interphase. We have just received new information telling us that interphase is important because it provides necessary proteins for the cell and clones chromosomes. If the DNA isn't multiplying, then the cell would fall short of the materials needed to split. Interphase would occur when the cell is preparing for mitosis.
In other news, chromosomes are duplicating inside of the cells. The process has been named prophase. Prophase is when the chromosomes inside of the cell are condensed to form tight structures inside of the cell. Each chromosome now has 2 identical copies of itself called sister chromatids. Prophase is important because it allows the cell's chromosomes to duplicate and carry over to the soon-to-be new version of the cell as a whole. Prophase occurs right after interphase ends.
After this stage is when metaphase starts to happen in the cell. This stage consists of the chromosomes from the cell that get lined up and attached to the spindle fiber, then the spindle fiber proceeding to separate the sister chromatids from their pair. This phase is important because it makes sure that the cell splits properly and doesn't break. And this process would occur during the second stage of mitosis and before anaphase.
We will now hand over the rest of the cell cycle segment to Arnold Dorian and Bobbert McGilligan.
Thank you, Tyrone. We have more breaking news. Anaphase is the 4th stage of the cell cycle. During this stage, each pair of chromosomes are pulled apart into their own independent chromosomes. Then after this, the cell itself begins to be pulled apart by polymicrotubules. After that, they then get into the position to move to the opposite poles. This process is important because it starts off the split of the cell and allows the chromosomes to get in position.
Wow, isn't that amazing? After that stage comes telophase, where the chromatids move to opposite poles of the cell and 2 nuclei are formed inside of the cell and the cell gets ready to split. This process is important because it prepares the cell to split into a copy of itself and ensures that the chromatids are in position for the cell to split.
After this stage comes the final stage called cytokinesis. In cytokinesis, the cell determines the point where it wants to split and separates into 2 daughter cells. This is important because it is the final stage of the cell cycle and it allows the entire process to have been worth something. And now to conclude our broadcast, we send you back to Ron Burgundy and Tyrone Laquithius.
Thank you for tuning in to our nightly broadcast on the cell cycle. I'm Ron Burgundy.
And I'm Tyrone Laquithius.
Stay classy.